keeping up, it's exhausting, and it's relentless, the pace of change. And we're used to that with technology, but the fact that also the things that we do and the tools that we use and the marketing approaches that are right, they're changing too. Just keeping pace is the hardest thing right now.
I would say probably one of the biggest is probably doing more with less. So in terms of, restricted budgets, restricted limited resources, but actually in terms of what the board ultimately expect marketing to deliver is probably far greater.
I think if you're leading a marketing department, the key challenge any marketing leader, let alone whether it's technology or other, is going to be aligning marketing to sales.
I think the biggest challenge facing technology marketeers is bridging between the technology and the business and being interesting and being relevant. It's all too easy to get caught up in what's new for the sake of it, to get carried away by the cool factor, by the geek factor.
A lot of individuals are under pressure now to sort of innovate, trying to produce something that's different, trying to create thought leadership, rather than trying to look at things in a different way, look at things with a different perspective.
Attributing which channel is working best to creating qualified leads and helping to close deals.
Time, resources, nothing desperately original there. I think as well, technology marketing can be a little bit tired and dated. There's just not always that desire to be quite experimental and creative with what they do.
The challenges for technology marketeers in my mind still remain about communicating around value rather than about features and benefits, around understanding your audience, around communicating to them at the right time in terms of rather than when you want to do it, when they want to receive it.
It's about looking at those different channels, making sure we evolve with our customers and making sure that we are delivering what they require through the vehicles that they're now looking at today, which might be very different to 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago.
It's a world that is cluttered, fast-paced, highly demanding on people's times and on their ability to execute quickly. And so I think the successful marketeers are those that have those sharp, compelling messages that can break through the noise and overcome that challenge of pace, I guess, is the big issue.
It all comes back to understanding the market. It comes back to segmenting the market, understanding what are the key drivers to making purchases, and understanding how you distill technology messages, which can be quite fragmented and can be quite diverse, into a compelling proposition for the customer.
I think for marketers in general, it is just the amount of media, the amount of touches that you get on a daily basis across all different types of mediums. It makes it very hard to get a message across.
Relating the technology to benefits for the customer. So people get too tied up in the technology and not enough in the customer benefit.
The key challenge I would see facing technology marketing vendors at the moment is being relevant to the audience. A lot of technology vendors still want to talk about things in their own terms, and we need to make the shift to talking about things in the way that customers want to hear them.
Perhaps surprisingly, I think the key challenges facing technology marketers are perhaps not so different than they've always been. I think a lot of it is still down to basics of thinking, planning well, delivering great content. Undoubtedly, there's a phenomenal burgeoning amount of new tools and technologies that we can use and new vehicles that we can use to communicate with people. But at the end of the day, it still comes down to a dialogue with the client about something that the client is or isn't interested in, and that's the constant in my view.